The largest pork producer in the U.S. has a disturbing history, from human trafficking for cheap labor to sending the FBI to raid animal sanctuaries. Smithfield Foods is owned by WH Group, the largest pork company in the entire world. Here are 5 facts that everyone should know about this dangerous corporation. Fact number 1. In just the United States, Smithfield Foods owns over 500 farms and contracts with an additional 2,000 farms. One Smithfield farm in Milford, Utah, Circle 4 Farms, is over 50 square miles, with over 300 barns on site and over 150 manure lagoons. They raise 1.3 million pigs for slaughter every year. This is factory farming at its worst. And it's not just the pigs who are being exploited there. Fact number 2. That Smithfield farm in Utah was involved in one of the largest instances of human trafficking in U.S. history. From 2005 to 2007, workers from Thailand who had been lied to about prosperous employment opportunities had their passports seized and were forced to work for little to no pay. Meanwhile, they were threatened that their families back home would face financial ruin or worse if they did not comply. In 2008, the farm reached a settlement, which the court sealed to hide from the public. Fast forward a few years and Smithfield continues to exploit workers. Fact number 3. In April 2020, a Smithfield plant in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, became the largest coronavirus hotbed in the United States, with more than 700 workers infected. And then, Smithfield had the audacity to blame the outbreak on the living circumstances in certain cultures and the plant's large immigrant population. Smithfield wanted it to seem like the outbreak was the fault of the living conditions of undocumented workers struggling to provide for their families, as if they have the option to live in mansions like Smithfield executives do. Even South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem picked up Smithfield's narrative.
99% of what's going on today wasn't happening inside the facility. It was more at home, where these employees were going home and spreading some of the virus because a lot of these folks that work at this plant live in the same community, the same building, sometimes in the same apartments.
Smithfield's influence extends from governors to the White House and even to the FBI. Fact number 4. In 2017, after DXC investigators documented piles of rotting piglets inside a Smithfield farm in Utah and rescued 2 dying piglets who they named Lily and Lizzie, the FBI launched a multi-state pig hunt, searching for Smithfield's stolen property, even though these sick piglets would have been trash to the company. A 6-car armada of FBI agents descended on farm animal sanctuaries in Utah and Colorado. They cut a 1-inch chunk off a pig's ear as volunteers, including children and grandmothers, watched in horror. Agents even followed volunteers to their home in a clear intimidation effort. And the backlash didn't stop there. Fact number 5. The DXC investigators who rescued Lily and Lizzie were charged with multiple felonies, initially totaling up to 60 years in prison for each of them. And the Utah Attorney General, Sean Reyes, who filed these charges, had received hundreds of thousands of dollars from Smithfield-supported groups. His office filed a motion to exclude all evidence of inhumane animal conditions at trial, covering up abuse at Smithfield and denying the defendants their constitutional right to a fair trial and a full defense. Smithfield Foods is a clear example of the danger of multi-billion-dollar companies controlling our food system and our government. Millions of pigs are suffering in Smithfield facilities, and even though the company recently announced they will be closing a California slaughterhouse and downsizing their Utah farm, this means they want to walk away from the damage they've caused with no accountability, leaving behind polluted communities and leaving hundreds of workers without jobs. As DXC investigators Wayne and Paul head to trial in Utah this September, we have a powerful opportunity to elevate Smithfield's abuses to the world and demand a change. Please share this video, add your name at righttorescue.com, and consider joining us in Utah.